bankers? I only see, how many are they? Okay. Unya, are all the bankers represented? All trade blocks represented? Sir, but they had one session, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Dali, sir. Yeah, pero they had a session with kinsa na Korean si Marivic? Yeah, so correct. So you see, you learned already from Marivic and Miss Guillen, di ba? Therefore, you should echo that to your clients. Ini mabayan ng kliyente. Ha? Niya, pagkahuman, nakikita na naman ko nga daghan unsatisfied clients. Patay ka na ni Sir Tito. Unsatisfied client, wag mo na sila kakita ninyo. Where are you, bankers? No? So, how do we get you to orient? Okay, after today, second orientation na niya. Di pa ganyan mo kakuha, disqualified sa mo ni Sir Tito. Na pre-qualification rin tagaan na to exam, sir. Kung di sila kakuha na, they cannot check the documents. Oh, ninaghan di ako i-check na documents. You have to fill up so many things there. Okay, so let's go to your book. What na pa yung questions, forms, and then what's that? What's that yung concern?
It's a trading.
Teachers codes. What else?
Can you hold this?
What else? Any other concerns
Can you hold
there?
this?
Bankers, what's concern ninyo?
Sir
Kung mo kasabot sa orientation ni Ma'am Maribel,
Sir Ramsey
tell us
said.
the truth. So, isog kaayo kung pauo mo, pagkahuman mo, ano mo kasabot? Niya,
During the alignment, some of them
During the alignment, some of them I think have classes, no? So I talked to the leaders nga naa sa room if it's okay for them because they were receiving also the currency. And then make sure na ma-echo to sa ilaha. And then to ask questions if kung dili they approach either ako si Sean or si Charis. They have the number and email of Charis. And you conducted, I think, how many times? Sa class ni Sir Tito? Twice. Katong sa sa currency, and then sa how many times did you go? Gi-final din yung gabi, but prior to that, kapila mo ni ato sa class ni Sir Tito ba? So si Sean ra. How many times? Twice? No. Twice. Twice or 3 times? Na-raise na question sa inyo, ha?
sige, can you speak?
Sige.
okay, so, kuan, yeah. You know, kaning global marketing ba? Kani siya nga activity, no? I was able to make this because I'm a practicing exporter, no, for more than 35 years. So, muna ang nabuhat din ako. That means, I know what the exporter does para makasell siya. But I also know how to deal with the bank. So, muna nga na-explain na ako tanan. Karon nga chair ko, din po ka-teach ani. So I have to get the help of the finance students. And I'm also aware nga atong finance teachers, we have very few who have been working with a bank and the finance department, because I mean the foreign department, because even if you're working in a bank, if you have not been in the foreign department, maglisod gyapon ka ani. So it's not an easy task. That is why I understand kung si Charis di niya makuha ang totality sa concepts. But I also expect that because she has already done this last sem, and this sem she was able to echo it to you, you should be able to echo it also to the students, to the marketing students in Mark 37. Unya, ang kani siyang atong gibuhat karon, is only alignment kay para magkasinabot ta sakto ba ni akong gi-echo or dili. Unya karon mo naman magsugod man ta kung si Barnes kay pastoryahon magsugod pa ta sinugdanan. Kay mo siya kabaw sa pag-fill up sa form. Sir. Oh, sige, sir.
In behalf of the bankers ba, I think we already have around 4 sessions, and with Ms. Guillen and also with Ma'am Ismero who really visited us, and I think they already started doing their jobs like accepting the currencies, and there were already some communication and also miscommunication and misunderstanding, especially of how the currency, yung mga measurements and all those. So there's already a lot of qualms about it, and in fact some of you are even calling the bankers at 2 o'clock in the morning. So there's already, communications about this. No, there's some process, but probably a little later they just really want to know the whole cycle so that they would learn. And I think among the 40 students, we already have around 28 that are present here already. And then the trading blocks, ma'am, na-identify na po na sila. And we also identified 6 leaders na katong yung maayos akong class ba nga who would really stand and part of the core group that would really handle the bankers.
Yeah. May I add?
Also, in behalf of the bankers, no? In behalf of the bankers, sir, ilang effort na diri. I have the master list of the possible winners na sa currency, who submitted and who did not submit. So, nanadyan sila results. Maybe they're afraid to ask na lang siguro which part ang dili kay sila familiar with. Kaya ang currency, I already said, gave them tips on how to check on it.
And I think lately, ma'am, when we know that our class is part of the GTS, I think I only hold about an hour class, and then 30 minutes are usually spent to GTS discussions. So that's how we do it. Yeah.
Yes, dapat
I told them to review sa
LC.
LC.
Wala pa yun kayo sa totality. I think they will learn it from here. Wala pa. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you, Sir Tito. So, you see, bankers pa lang niya. Kaya utro po niya ang mga marketing. Kani mga bankers ba, you see how you create a reputation. It's either good or bad. Kung nasa inyong grupo na usa ka buok na wag mo perform, madamo tanan. So munang bangko, muna i-kick out kina nato ang employee nga wa mo perform, di ba? So muna ako gina Sir Tito, sir, ikaw na bahala mo pre-qualify ana nila. Kay kasi mabankrupt ang bangko. Okay. So let's start with the pre-qualifications for marketing majors. For Mark 37 students. So, ang pre-qualification nimo, first of all, you must have a market entry plan. Yeah, I heard from Sir Surgeon today is your deadline. Sakto?
Yes.
So, nasubmit na ninyo tanan.
Samo, last Monday pa sa class.
Ma-review ko na, last Monday pa nasubmit na. Very good.
Very good.
The next hurdle is,
Software.
ang mga teachers na nabasa, anak, kung makapasar mo.
Pero of course, we're going to exchange. I told them I'm not the one
So,
going to grade it.
what we are doing here, we are like, it's just like a departmental exam. Ang gibuhat manggod namo adi, since I was teaching this, i-align na namo, and Ma'am Marivic knows this one because she has been teaching this course with me for the last 2 years na, no? So, kabaw siya kung sa among gibuhat. Kana inyong mga MEP, dili inyong teacher ang mo-check, ana. Amo nang i-randomize, random sampling. Kunya, amo nang i-distribute sa line-line ng teacher. So, you don't know who is going to check your paper. O, ana na siya. So, swerte lang mo kung ang teacher nga makadawat, katong maayo mo grado, pero di po mo swerte. Kay, lain mo mga class, may mo siya abati ni. Hindi man niya ako estudyante.
And I emphasize to my class, katong MEP, magraduhan, kung letter D, dili ka appeal sa GTS sa work.
Yeah, okay. So, that's part of the pre-qualification. A, B, C, ra, kutob, no? So, kung di na gani ka,
Pati kayo mong MEP, basig one page na.
maka-appeal pa siya sa GTS, pero dili na siya
Investment, sorry.
di na siya
Investment,
except di na ka pwede makadawat og investment. Remember, investment money is infused.
Yeah.
to you as additional funds. So appeal na siya compute after at the end of your GTS. No, sa trading. Yeah, ang amount ra ba nato anang
A, 30,000, B, 20,000, yeah,
So,
10,000.
kung A gani imong grado, you have a maximum of 20,000. It doesn't mean nga nagaga 20,000. Depende na sa investor. Because the investor will come and talk to you. If he or she is confident about your product, he wants to invest in your country, he will give you more money, up to 20,000. But if he's not confident, tagaan na ganun 5,000. Kaya by 5,000 man ang draft. Sabot na mo? So 5, 10, 15, 20. So confident siya, tagaan ka niya 20. Di kaayo, sige 15, sige 10. So that's his grading system. So tagaan ka niya kwarta. Ang kanang kwarta, you can use that to trade. Remember, it's a bank draft. And a bank draft is a negotiable instrument. Kasabot mo negotiable instrument. Nainak ko, niyakuban ha? Unso na.
Ano sila verify na?
No, so it's a negotiable instrument. You can use it for trading. You can use it as cash. So kung ganahan ka mo gamit na mo investment, gusto na ako ni i-trade, gusto na ako i-import para makapalit po siya na ako export, pwede na ni mo magamit. Now, kausara ka pwede ulon ng investor. Therefore, ayaw mo biyahe inyong booth perme. You know? Mangita mo yung booth inyong palitan o baligyaan, di ba? But don't leave your booth. You have to check your booth from time to time. Kay base ng investor na ay sa una, kasagara, no? Mga investor mo yun, huwag mo ganyan ako ma-update siya, huwag mo ganyan siya sa iyang lugar, perme. Oh, sorry na lang, hindi na ka ma-investan. No? So you have to always man your booth. Remember, in an exhibit, in any trade fair, the booth must be at all times manned. Kaya kung wala ganin na siya maman imong booth, mortal sin na. No? Remember, mahal ka gibayad sa trade fair. Pagkahuman, imo lang biyaan kay mag-shopping ka. Remember? Di ba? So it's just like throwing away money. But of course, since in this case, ang kaning trade fair, ikaw lang mausa, no? So we don't expect you to be there all the time. But we expect you to watch out for your booth. Pagkakita mo na iniduol niya, basin investor, balik na yun. Kaya basin yun, mauna na yung investor. Sarara ba na siya? Okay? So, okay, first qualification, MEP. Submitted on time. Submitted na inyo, ha? Okay, everybody submitted, hopefully. Okay, kung wala ka submit, you cannot join the GTS. And remember, your MEP is your written final exam. Your GTS is your practical final exam. So you have a written part, theory, and practice. Okay? So, kung walay MEP, walay theory, IMC ka. Number 2, you have to print the equivalent of $50,000 US, which I think murag
They did already.
mo na gid ning inyong gikabuangan.
Yes.
Murag happy na siguro mo, nahuman na ni. Nahuman na ni.
Hindi pa kayo trade.
Nakasabot mo pila ang kwarta inyong giandam?
Yes.
Nakasabot na jud.
Yes.
Kaya nahimo naman, di ba? You see the difference of practical application. Kung istorya ra na, di ka ka-imagine, pero gibuhat naman ninyo, you understood it already. And then, nakasabot pa yun mo, nga inyong country, kanina yung currency, ani na kadaghang kwarta himuon para maabot 50,000. Kapur sa akong country, or kapur sa akong currency. No? So that's what it means.
Ethiopia.
The third pre-qualification is submitting your import and export products. The 5 chosen import and 5 chosen export products with the corresponding HS code to your and the description to your faculty advisor before the designated deadline. Now, when we say 5 import and 5 export, you make sure it is really the import and the export product of your country. Those are the products of your country that your country is known for. So if, for instance, if your country is known for tourism, ayaw pag-submit dito ka nang wala sa inyo ang country nga produkto. Ang utang mo dito, naghimog chinilas, nga wala sila chinilas sa ilahang lugar. No? So, disqualified na kung ingana. So you submit the significant products of your country. Now, kung naamoy nadunggan, kung saon ang GTS, nga gamiton ko no ang HS codes, makatrade ko no ni Kinsa o ni Kinsa, muna kanina lang ang product akong gipili, kay para makatrade ko sa akong amigo, di na pwede, ma-disqualified ka. Okay? Besides, muna akong gi-emphasize karon, the rules of the trading game is decided only after you have submitted your HS codes. Kaya amo man na i-collate, and ang mga faculty mo decide kung saon pag-trade o kinsa ang mo trade ni kinsa. So it's not about, if you have heard it from the previous semesters, it doesn't follow nga maura gyapon atong gamiton for this sem. Remember, kadungog mo, last sem, di ba, G8 na sila. Karon, G20 na mo. Di ba?
20 na.
Upgraded na ta, di ba? You have 20 winners there. Ako ba silang giingnan? Ang kanang, ato pre-qualify. Pre-qualify na to, ang present ra ang allowed, ang qualified to be part of G20. Ganahan mo na?
Yes.
Ganahan, dyan mo, ganahan mo na rin.
Award. Top.
G20, so gamay-gamay na chance ako pa. Abot lang, tanaw na nato kung kaya ba ni Charis. Kaya ba ni mo? Okay, ang Central Bank karon si Charis man in behalf of Sir Tito. Sir Tito kinang Central Bank, pero si Charis man yung manager.
That's points.
Global Central Bank. So, kaya ba na nato?
Kaya na yung
Ang attendance na rin. I-pre-qualify pa dyan nato, sir? Na sila ang nga rin mo oras. Ato ang ipa G20. Ako na sabutan. Anyway, sabutan na sa mga teachers. So, I hope you submitted already your HS codes. HS codes, you are supposed to submit.
Oh my God. Ano ba? Hindi ko nagiging ako na sa pagsimuhay niyo. Ay, Nick, go mag-act. 4, 3. No. No service. Shabu pa mo. Soyo pa mo.
Okay, so, yun si Ma'am Marivic, they were very lenient, no? 2 digits ra kuno ilahang gipahimo ninyo. Normally, it should be 4. Kaya kung 2 digits man good, for instance, you talk about plastics. Plastics, 2 digits ra gani imuhang himuon, it can fall in many 2 digits. So, which one? So, ang 4 is already general, is still general, pero at least, mas klaro na nato kung unsa gina inyo ang product. Pero sige na lang,
Validate man nato
na-submit naman, i-validate na namo, and then we will be the one to declare unsa ang 4-digit na
on the
dapat,
day na
dapat ninyo which is supposed to be your code. So you look for that you look for your real HS codes with your bankers.
Actually, they submitted.
Actually, sa 4 classes, we got it already finalized, di ba? Una tong last night, naguwan ko. Sa duha ka class, I have to check kung kompleto. Sa ako nga class, everything was complete. Even, ipalista na sila additional column on the tariff. Sorry, improvement, hyper man sila. No? Aside from the HS code, they already know because when I discuss with them sa MEP, they have to know that the freight is barato ra siya kung zero tariff. So, they were really applying literally kung unsa ang sa lecture. But it doesn't give them an advantage. It's just that it's easy for them.
Green logistics maybe.
Reverse
Green,
logistics.
reverse.
Reverse me diretso. From export the balik. Export balik.
Siya, para ma-practice na ako baka. Documents, accomplishments.
For documents, kay ikaw na sila ka-bound fill up. No? Okay, so number 4 is you're supposed to prepare 5 sets. But you know what? You will need more than 5 if you want to be G20. No? Malkansi mo aning 5. Bubuto niya ang inyong porta. Buhutan mo, mabankrupt mo. So, 5 sets of pre-filled export documents. When we say pre-filled, ang inyong i-fill up, ang katong portions na the portions that do not change. So inyong pangalan, inyong company name, di ba? You can put the date, kaya mura man, sarang date, and then all the other things. But ang products, ug ang amount, hindi na ninyo i-fill up. Muna ipasabot pre-filled. Kaya para pagdaan ninyo sa documents ninyo, gamay na lang kung fill up po nun. Katulad mga negotiated amounts, negotiated products, mura inyo i-fill up. So it's going to be faster for you to submit to the bank. Okay? Niya ato ni ipa-explain sa atong customs officer, Bureau of Customs, kung saan siya mag-fill up. Now, bankers, this is very important for you because you are going to check if it is properly filled up. Bankers, you have two responsibilities. As the exporter's bank, you are going to check the exporter's documents and help the exporter make sure that his documents do not have discrepancies. So kung naa kay makit-an nga sayo, iuli sa exporter, ipausab. Kaya kung dili gani mausab, na-submit na nimo sa importer's bank, ang importer's bank, makit-an yang sayo, charge na to the exporter, dili charge to the banker. Niya, moingon ang exporter, pwede na mo i-charge sa bangko, dili. Kaya kanang bangko, no? Naamang ganit tayo Naamang tayo correspondent bank charges. Huwag ka kailangan ng bangkuhan, iagi lang sa iya, ha? For instance, BPI, Muagi o New York, Chase Manhattan, ako ba na? Muagi, Chase Manhattan Bank sa New York. Niya, pagkahuman, usa pa siya moabot sa kanang
Africa.
Mitsubishi Bank sa Japan. No? Di man ka kadiretso kay US dollar man siya. So bisag mas kaulang Japan sa Philippines, moagi pa ng US dollar nga bank. So wa ka kailan ni Chase Manhattan, pero i-charge ang ni Chase Manhattan. So mo na kanang mga bangko, atay mabuhat ana nila. So ikaw as an exporter,
That's how they make money.
you have to be ready. Kung ang exporter's bank, you have to help your clients. Kaya ang importer's bank, mo check sa inyong trabaho. Kung ang importer's bank, during the GTS, we encourage the importer's bank to find as many discrepancies as possible para mobile po na sila as the richest bank. So, kinsa na ay dagang discrepancy charges, makadaog as richest bank. Okay, so, kung mo dispute man gani, mo ingon na discrepancy, mo atugid mo sa ang inyong banker, ang exporter's bank, mo ay makilalis dito sa importer's bank, nga ano yung maning discrepancy. Ato ka central bank mo, kuan mo pa-arbitrate. Okay, so, mo na siya pre-qualification.
Flag.
Sa basahon na ninyo, no? 2021. And then, there's the role of the bankers and the opening of the letters of credit. Let's see. Okay. Modes of payment. You know what are the modes of payment? Sige, unsa man?
Debit, credit.
Unsa pa? What's the lowest risk? Low risk to the exporter.
Cash.
Cash in advance.
Oh.
What's the next one? Ibasa mo sa inyong libro, kita mo atong kanang naay hagdan. Naba na sa libro ba? Workbook na ganin yung ibasa gani. Dili na siya libro, workbook mo na. You did not read your book? Low risk ni siya. Unsa man next? Next, another mode of payment. Bankers, do you know?
PO.
Dapat kabaw mo ani ha? Purchase. Ikaw mura ba sa credit and collection?
Purchase order.
Ha?
Purchase order, ma'am.
So purchase order, mode of payment, then a purchase of order. Purchase order. Dili na siya mode of payment. Order na siya. Ha? Yeah, we said LC, but then before that, because LC is, there's one more before the LC. Dili kaya low risk man eh, no? Ang sunod actually is documentary collections, which is actually, LC is a kind of a documentary, LC is a credit. Documentary collection is i-collect siya without a letter of credit. Anyway, hindi na ko explain kita as kayo. Anyway, open account, this one is the most risky for the or the exporter kay imo gud ning ship ang items gud walay bayad. No? Maghuwat na lang ka at the end of the month bayaran ka sa imong buyer. Kung mo bayad si buyer. Kung pati imong buyer, kapasa dito ka, maka-travel gyud ka ahat sa Burundi. Kaya para mangolekta. Okay, we talked about documentary collection. So documentary collection, naanay set of documents, DP, DA, ano mo na? Ha? O may tingog. Ano mo na? Wa? Ano explain? Sige na lang. Okay, so documentary collections actually di na lang ako explain na kay taas na document against payment no kay mo lagi na ang mahitabo mo gura na the set of documents that you filled up pag ship out nimo ana sa goods na ana kay bill of lading kung air freight unsa man airway bill di ba so pag ship out nimo na ana man na siya so there's already an evidence that you shipped it out. You send all of those documents, your invoice and everything else, kung IPO, i-appeal mo dito, attach everything, give it to your exporter bank, and then the exporter bank will send it for collection. Ilan ang ipadai mong documents dito sa importer's bank, nag-ship na mi, tagayin na mi sa mo ang bayad. That is document against payment. No? So, bisan ang imong gi-ship, wa pa mo abot, pero basta nakita ng documents nga na-ship na nimo, bayaran na ka. The other documentary collection gyapon siya nga type, is document against payment. Ang kanang document against acceptance. Ang document against acceptance means that you send out your documents to the bank sends it for collection to the importer's bank. Pag abot sa importer's bank, maghuwat sa siya nga muingon ang yang importer nga pwede na mabayaran. So it means that the importer can wait for the goods to arrive, check the goods, before they say, bayarin na. No? So that's document against acceptance. Pero, wa nga po na nakita nga goods sa collection circle network. No? So, muna siya documentary collections. Now, LC, hindi ko discuss LC is actually letters of credit. Na ano ng word ng credit? Kung saan kasabot kong credit? Utang, di ba?
Yes.
Okay, so utang man na siya naay gihimo nga letter nga naay ni utang. So kisa may ni utang?
Exporter.
Ang importer, correct. Ang importer mo ni utang. For instance, ako palit ko nimo. Di ba? And then palit ko nimo worth $100,000. Unya, sige, I will open a letter of credit to you. So, ikaw exporter, you wait for that letter of credit. Because the importer now will go to my import bank, tagaay kong letter diha be, nga pwede ko mo import og 100,000. Ikaw, banker, mutanaw gyud ka sa creditworthiness sa imong client, di ba? Di ba? Tanaw ka. So what do? Check, go through all the process of credit checking, and then after that, mayroon ka, okay, the company is, we can approve $100,000 worth of $100,000 of credit for this company. So si bangko, si importer bank, muhimo na siya og letter of credit. Muna ng sample diha sa inyong letter of credit. Page 23. 23 sa ang 23 is the process, and then kanang 33 and 34 there is an example of the 33 is the example of the application for a letter of credit. Kinsay mo apply? Importer. So ako mang importer, moadto ko sa akong bangko, tagay kong letter of credit pay, mo ng bangko sige fill up aning form. Kay kaning form ilang gamiton to check your creditworthiness. Kung makapasar ka, then they will open the letter of credit. Muna page 34. No? So, they open that letter of credit. When they open that letter of credit, naaman sad na sa imong application form kung unsay imong gi-require sa imong exporter. So for instance, you are requiring your exporter to submit you are buying from your exporter 100 pieces of stones. No, so 100,000 gemstones. Okay, so 100 pieces of stones, no? So imo ibutang diha nga mo na akong gipalit. You put it in your application so that when the bank makes the letter of credit, ibutang na nila diha ang tanang terms. So this is the example of how the letter of credit should be made by the bank, including the terms of credit and the shipment date, the expiry date of the letter of credit. Those are very important things. Kay kung ingon siya shipment, latest shipment date March 9, 2014. Kunya March, actually kani siya ang gigamit na to March 9 kay last year, no? Mo ra gyud itong date, unsa na itong date na 6 is the GTS, but you're supposed to submit your documents by March 8. Correct? You will submit, di ba? GTS, mag-trade mo. Your export documents will be submitted to your exporter bank when? March 9. Sakto lagi March 9. Oh, so pag submit ni mo, that means you already shipped. So aka mula pa sa March 9, di ba? So okay pa ka. Pero kung nilapas gali ka, wala na. Discrepant na ka. The problem is kung ang expiry niya March 9 po, wala na gyud ka. Ang imong LC, buto na. So, dili na siya magamit. Or pwede na gyapon nimo i-send for collection kung dawaton sa pikas. But they have all the right to refuse it. Okay? So, that's what it means. Muna siyang letter of credit. Questions? Questions?
Based sa last sem, murag paspas kay sila ma'am, ang uban muhatag sila sa ilahang documents for LC kanang mga BL o airway bill on the day na sa GTS iguman nila before kuan immediately. Oh. Asa ang export tanan paspas sa last sem ma'am. Okay ra lagi. Oo.
Actually, it's better if you submit it early so that your banker has time to check and they have time to return it to you. If you submit it late, kunya, kinahanglan na i-deliver dito sa pikas, wala time to make the changes. So, ma-discrepant na sa mo. No? So, it's better if you give enough time to your bankers. Now, that's why it's very important now that the bankers have a good service. Kaya kung bad mo ang service, ang inyong client, alkansi. Ha?
Unya kay half day ra bata karon, so pinaspasay jud mo katong
Okay, half day naman no. It's supposed to be one whole day, di ba? Pero, yeah, because you're supposed to trade in the morning and then you're given time to work on your documents. Pero since we don't have the luxury of the venue, so ang kanang afternoon bahala na mo sa inyong you meet with your bankers.
Yes.
No, ang bankers kung kapulan mo ihon nga mo ulit na sa cafe. Alas 3 na.
Allowed sila ka-down.
Alas 3 na. Oh, sorry na lang mo. Kaya wala na yung banker. Pangita, atuwa sila sa live. At 12 o'clock midnight. Si sir. Masugod si sir. Sir, charge lang. Sir, pwede mo charge overtime. O, dito na ito nagpawang gapon. The bankers are holding on to their money. So, pwede na gusto mo. Bank charges mo na. Okay. Yeah, you take note who your bankers are. You have to get the cell phone numbers of your bankers. You respect your bankers also, like you're respecting your teachers. Ganang tawag ko ninyo galas 12.
Sa inyong class, okay?
Ikaw, sir, di ba nagkanawat sa kana, sir? Kanawat ka na, no? Ikaw, mga students ko tagay mo respect inyo mga teachers, no? You're calling them at very odd hours. Kaya karon nasa inyo mga ko kuan mo na mga bankers. Banker ba na ninyo? So you respect them also. For bankers, you give also the right service. Okay. I'm not going to explain that. It's just for you to know that kanang mga letters of credit, they come in different forms, right? Revocable, irrevocable, at sight, at 30 days. So kanang maingan na, 30 days kami meaning after everything is accepted, 30 days later, pag yung ka, makadawat sa imong kwarta. At sight gali, bayran ka na yung basta ma-accepted na. From yung 30 days, buhat ka 30 days, muna siya consignment. No nga, consignment 30 days nga. Magbuhat pa ka kung 30 days after it's been accepted before you receive your money. So muna siya, daghan forms of letters of credit. Now, I'm just showing you this because I know some of you will be working with the bank. Kamu mga marketing sad, may uban ninyo, sulong bangko, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, so, daghan na kayong students nga naa sa bangkong, Miss, na ako sa foreign department karon nakasabot na gyud ko sa ng LC. No, but at least no, moingon sila gamit kay itong atong GTS. Go gamit kaayo ang global marketing kay hinumdum jud ko adto because they will remember these things. You will remember these things. Na bahala na nabuaw mo karon nagkuan ka nang ganahan na mo. Ganahan na ninyo kuanon ka na. Di na mo ganahan sa inyong teacher, di na mo ganahan mukot na imong naon sa inyong teacher karon. But after the semester, I hope you will go back and thank your teachers. Okay, discrepancies in documents. Ang discrepancies in documents, for instance, ang inyong tan-awon diha, no? I-explain mo na ni Irish. I-explain mo ni Irish ang ato ang customs officer. Explain na niya how to document. No, we're very lucky. Your schools very lucky nga natin customs officer. So, i-explain na niya what are supposed to be inside. And therefore, you have to be very strict. For instance, no, mo 100 pieces. Butangi yun 100 pieces. Ayaw butangi 100 units. Kabaw kaparihan ng units of pieces. Pero pieces ang ibutang sa MLC. Therefore, in your documents, you have to put pieces. Kaya butangan mo units, discrepancy na. Yan, anay corresponding bank charge. Bangko rin nakabaw pila charge. Nagsabot anak before. Na sila taripa kung sa mga charges. So, they have that. Invoice defects related to missing signatures, kalimot mong sign, kana, discrepancy na. Failure to designate terms of shipment, ayaw kalimti ang terms of shipment. Unsa gani na siya?
Airway.
Unsa nang terms of shipment?
Air or boat.
Ha? Incoterms. Unsa gani ng Incoterms? International commercial terms. Ngano man, Incoterms is international. Anywhere in the world, gamitan na siyang mga alphabet diha, masabtan na siya kung unsay pasabot ana. Kani master ni Ma'am Maribik. Kay mo gini ilang negosyo. No, so kabaw na sila ana. Okay, you will know more about the discrepancies kung ma-discuss na kung how to fill up. Okay? But okay, ako man gibutang rin ang schedule, no? So you have March 9 is submission. Monday mo muna siya, that's Monday. And then 10 the seller's bank sends documents for collection. And then March 10 also. Okay, so pwede na siya March 9 kung nasayo ninyo, no? So March 9 pwede na niya mahatag sa importer's bank so that importer's bank will have time to check. And then March 10 nanay result by March 10. And then nanay result by March 10, makulit na lang ni kung kinsa na ang makuha sa final sa Magic 20. Okay? And then the awarding will be March 14. Okay? So kabaw na mo ana, no? Now, Incoterms. All of the classes understands. Where's Sir Surgeon's class? Yeah. Gamay na lagi mo.
Sir Ramses.
Ha?
Sir Ramses Dungog.
How many are you? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 ra. Huh?
Sure, Pastor.
Sir Ramses? Surgeon. There's supposed to be 2 classes on Sir Surgeon, di ba?
One lang ma.
One?
Ako ang duha. Ako yung sa
Ay, mo. So, 1 class na sila.
Yes.
Okay.
Saturday or one.
Sir Surgeon's class, you know about the Incoterms? Kabaw na mo ano? F terms, C terms. Kabaw mo ani? Ha? Yes, karon. Yes, may pagkaman ni katubag. Kasabot mo ana nga kung E terms gani. Kung saan ang E terms? Can you read that?
Departure.
Seller makes good available to
Kasabot mo ana. Kung saan example of E terms?
Isa ka picture na wala mo na ko diba?
Sabot mo ko.
factoring,
Kabaw na mo sa Incoterms. Kung saan example of E terms?
Basta.
pick up of
Actually, ang
factoring.
guide nila, ma'am, katong shortcut lang to like last
Yeah,
time,
yeah, yeah,
one
yeah.
page. Hindi na sila ka-explain.
Oo, wala mo ani.
I gave it a look.
It was a midterm.
Midterm.
It was our midterm
Requirement.
sort of
Ibo ta og
collage.
cartolina.
Sir, may maybe sa midterm.
Yes.
This was,
So you know.
we had to research it
Research
ourselves.
Oh yeah, you have to research it yourself, but you knew about
Why was
you
it
know
discussed?
when it becomes when the E becomes an F and the F becomes a C and the C becomes a D.
It wasn't discussed.
No, you don't have to discuss it. You have to research.
Oh.
And if you were able to research it, because you can find it in the internet. If you did not go to your books, if nobody bought Sinkota or Keegan, who has Sinkota or Keegan? Hala, kaluoy. Keegan. Keegan. Higan, ya kani export-import, nindot kayo ang mga illustration sa Sinkota. Who has Sinkota? Nobody. La, nagsalit sa akong workbook, patay.
Explain mo sir.
But Incoterms, you know, you can find this in the internet. Kani bang Incoterms ba? The Incoterms actually change every 10 years. Kinsay nag-determine sa Incoterms. The Incoterms is being determined by the International Chamber of Commerce. Every 10 years, they change. So, kana siya, kana imo nakita, 2003 pa na siya. Pag 2013, nausab siya, actually, gitangtang na nilang mga D diha. No, so you only have one D term there. So you have, sa example sa E, way makatubag, X works with. X works means, asa kutob, ikaw exporter, asa kutob ang imong responsibility.
Sa imong place.
Sa imong place, no, your factory, kutob ra diha. So paggawas sa imong factory, i-pick up sa Airlift Asia,
Wala.
dili na siya cost sa
Exporter.
exporter. Ibayad na nas buyer.
Yes.
Okay? Oh, so mo na pasabot niya kung F gani, F naabot na siya sa career. Unsa man ang career nimo?
Truck.
Ship, unsa pa?
Truck.
Plane, unsa pa?
Train.
Railway. Okay, so
Five,
or
five.
bus, van, no? So all of that. So muabot siya sa career, nasud na nimo sa career, mo na ang responsibility sa exporter. After na siya masud sa career or after dito sa career, buyer na ang responsibility. So this is very important para mahibaw-an kang kinsa na insurance. Ang risk, asa nimo ihatag ang risk. Ang kinsa na risk, importer ba or exporter. Okay. There are two general categories. Rules of any mode of transportation, CIP, CTP, CPP, DAP, DAT, DD. So anyway, ang kanang rules for sea and island water ang transport, kanang CFR, CIF, FAS, FOB. So ang question, kung FOB ang para sa sea, unsa ang para sa air? Unsa equivalent sa air? Balik ta? Ha? Come on, answer. Ato ipa-answer ni Ma'am Maribik?
Oy, pa-research na to, ma'am.
Ay, pa-research ko nooy. Okay, ato ipa-research kay inyo ra man ni gamiton sa GTS. Now, remember, kung ang imong items angay i-ship by sea or by air, kung sa may items angay i-ship by air. Ano mga gaan, no? Okay, I'm sure some of you are going to sell gold. Asa na nato i-ship ang gold? Sea na or air or rail? Kung na siya? Air. Ano, air na bukat ba ng gold? Ha? Sa to? I heard that. Sa to? Somebody mentioned a reason. Ha? High value. It's too precious. You cannot send it by sea. No? Paglunod sa barko, goodbye kung gold, ikaw na sa shark. Tato kay shark.
Pero funny to siya mag-joke in fairness.
Okay. So, you have to know what type of mode of shipment. Unya, kung ang mode of shipment sa imong product is air, ayaw gamit og FOB. Kung mo gamit og FOB, TKO ka. No? So, dili pwede. So, you have to put the right term. Okay? So, kung FOB ang sea shipment, you have to know what is the equivalent in air. Okay, I'm sure most of you are going to use FOB only. FOB, kasagaran, mo abot mo kag C term, good. Kung C term na yung top up doon, you already have to compute the cost of the freight. Nga, kabaw ko, di na ninyo kaya, di pa kani kaya sa exporter. Pero ka na mga exporter po, huwag mo na magtuon ng global marketing. Or wala na maminaw, natuog siguro pag global marketing. Abi, hindi mo mga exporter, ka mo mag-export-import. No, not all of them know. That's why you're very lucky. Pag abot ninyo sa export firm, makaya mo, kaya na lang ko, kamao ko na. Muna na, Sharon. Kakita na ko, ana. Actually, you will not see